Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one.
The San Antonio Women's Cooperative was registered in 2013. It has as its motto, empower women, inspire our children. Our team traveled out west and spoke with some of the ladies who make up the cooperative about the work they do. We will have that for you after this break to hear from our partners. The Barry, Silkgrass Farms, Del Martin, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
We stay apart, then we have to fall. Count on you, count on one and all. It's not for you, not for me, it's not for we. It's not for you, not for me, it's not for we.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
At Silkgrass Farms, we believe in more than just growing food. We're cultivating a future. Across 9,000 acres in the foothills of the Maya Mountains, our family of farms grows a vibrant array of crops: coconuts, citrus, cacao, watermelons, avocados. But our mission goes beyond harvests. Through sustainable agriculture, we are not just growing crops, we're strengthening ecosystems and reversing the impacts of climate change. Silkgrass Farms is a part of a global movement, transforming modern food systems into living stories of nutrition, nature, and people. From our fields to your table, every product tells a story of health and hope for the future.
Orange Walk, the future is brighter. Since Kevin Bernard became your representative, progress has never stopped, with Plan Belize 2.0 leading the way. In Palmar, 2 main roads have been paved. The main road that passes through Tower Hill Village has been paved, connecting our community. In Tan Pine Ridge, the entire road has been paved, a major step forward. And every month, new roads are being paved in Orange Walk East. Kevin Bernard is committed to building a stronger Orange Walk East, one road at a time. Together, we're moving forward. Kevin is the people's champion.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one.
It was a beautiful journey indeed. Worth every minute of it to reach the beautiful village of San Antonio in the Cayo district. You know, it's a road heading towards the Mountain Pine Ridge, and San Antonio is the last village just before you enter the Mountain Pine Ridge. It's a beautiful village, I got to say so. Beautiful people, and the feeling when you arrive in San Antonio is a feeling that, yeah, I've come to somewhere that's unique and pristine and fresh air. The mountains are around me, you know, the valleys. I look down and I see the valleys, and you know where I am right now? I am with Miss Timothea Mesh. I got it correct, right, Miss? And they call you Miss Matty, right? And you're the leader and manager of the San Antonio Women's Cooperative. All right, thank you for having me here.
You're welcome, Chief, and welcome to your crew as well. We're very happy and excited to have you with us and explore a with you about what we have here in the women's, or what we have to offer for Belize, our friends from abroad as well, here
Well,
at San Antonio Women's Cooperative.
you know, Miss Matty, one of the first things I want to know, I want to get to know you so we can move on and expand on our conversation, right? So let's get to know you. You grew up in this village. Just tell me your life story up until now, and then we move from there.
Sure. I was born and grown here in San Antonio. I attended school, primary school, and I'm a mom of 3 girls, and I raised one of my nephews. So that is my life. And when I was growing, then we come from a very humble family, and we have limited opportunities back then. I didn't have the opportunity to go to school, but that didn't keep me from doing something for myself and for my family, for my community as well. Because as I had my family, then I said I wanted to make something that can change this type of life that we were taking, and we wanted to make something. We started just with a group of women that wanted to learn new things that were not normally on our daily routine. Our routine was women being at home, helping husbands on the farm, and doing your chores at home and taking care of your kids. So we wanted to do more than that, and we started reading books and exploring with recipes and learning these recipes and learning new things for ourselves that we to help ourselves and our kids as well. So
But before you get into telling me all about the cooperative, and so I'd like to go back to your early life, your early life, growing up here in San Antonio. You said you did not go to school. What are some of the outstanding experiences you can recall as a young girl growing up here in San Antonio, and what did San Antonio look like and mean to you?
yes, this is part of us. San Antonio is part of us. This is what we are. But growing up, it was a lot of challenges. Back then, we didn't see it that way until now that we have a different way of living. But it was a lot of challenges where, as a normal family, we had to grow our own food.
Yeah,
We have to
everything.
yes, everything that you will want your family to have on the table is what you will have to plant on a farm. So that was part of it, and I remember that my mom, sometimes when we wake up, we have to find, like, okay, if we do not have beans cooked for today, we have to find what to do or what to find to substitute beans. And then we would have chickens growing. If we would have chicken that time, then we would just slaughter a chicken, pluck it, and then make food out of it. Other times that we would not have even chickens, my dad would be around. He would say, okay, you ladies prepare the corn. We used to have nixtamal all the time. Nixtamal is the cooked corn, that we will grind and make our tortillas. He would get up from bed and he would say, okay, you wash the nixtamal and grind it and make tortillas. I'm coming back very soon. He would just go out into the bush and he would bring some type of birds or something that he would hunt early in the morning, and then we would clean that meat and then we would eat, and we would have meal. We'd never starved with food, but yes, we had to work for what we wanted to eat. It was fun. We ladies at home, we had to fetch water to bring at home and wash clothes with a scrubbing board in one of those what we call, it was a wooden bowl that used to be made, and they call it bateas. And then we had to put water in there and scrub our
Scrub the
clothes.
clothes.
We have to fetch our water, bring it. Fortunately for us, we just have the well across the street.
Okay, I was about to ask you how far away was that water source?
That's fortunately
Yeah.
for us because we could just go in half an hour and then you would have like half drum of water and then that is what you will use to clean your clothes and even to do the chores at home as well, the cleaning at home as well. I usually, when I speak about this and tell my kids about it, my younger siblings as well, that it was part of life. Like in the evening, it was like fetching water was the time that you would use for socializing with your friends and your other family that you don't get to see in the during the day because everybody goes to the well to fetch water. You sit there, you make a little, do some chatting, and then you come back again with your water, and you go back again, and you finish your conversations. So that was part of life growing. Other times, as we had to go for firewood.
Wood machetes and cut firewood
my
and
mom
that kind
would
of
do
thing.
that. Sometimes, men. I remember my dad would go out into the mountains to work, and he would leave the family, and then my mom had to be the 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 man work and do the ladies work as well. So she would hold the machete and she would take us all, the kids going to the farm, and she would cut the wood, and everybody would be bringing a bunch of wood at home, and that is what we would use.
That was heavy. I would imagine you holding that wood.
Well, we would bring what we could.
What you could bring? Would you bring it
Even
on
the
your
small
back or,
ones.
or on your head? Which one?
Sometimes on our back, the small ones would just pull a long one because they could not bring like a bunch already cut. They would bring the long ones and they would pull it. Even the little kids would come with their firewood, but everybody would bring at least a piece of firewood at home.
There was no butane or electric stoves and what have you, no lights. So,
no lights.
what were your evenings like at nights?
Yes, at nights it was. Now that I see it, it was fun because we had like 4 o'clock in the evenings. My chore was to put kerosene in the lamps or the bottles that mom would make. And we would fill that bottle with kerosene to have it ready before it gets dark. Every day you have to check that lamp to see if it has kerosene. Don't wait till it gets dark to do it because then you will be pouring all the kerosene outside and then you will get good lashing for that.
They were lashu, they were lashu.
Of
Did you ever
course,
get lashu?
yes.
So you had to fill the kerosene lamp and make sure that you do it
The
you
lamp
do,
was
you
ready.
do it in time and then how would you do for the rest of the evening?
Yes, and then we let it there, get it ready, and then prepare dinner. Dinner was early because we had to take advantage that it was clear to make dinner during before it gets dark, and feed the kids. Well, the small ones, they would go to bed early. Well, those who can still have fun, we would go out and sit outside, watch at the moon, and count the stars sometimes. Yes, and play hide and seek when we had full moons. This is what we tell our kids, that it's fun to do that because it's not like today you're playing hide and seek and you're afraid of running outside. Or back in the days, then we played just with no, and it was really really fun because we used what we have.
Which was your favorite hiding spot?
We used to have big rocks around, and we used the rocks to hide ourselves.
They had behind the rocks and try to blend in, no? So they don't find you.
Yes, so they don't find us.
You used to play things like hopscotch and
Oh yes,
and what have you.
hopscotch, flying kites. My dad was good at making kites, so that was good. I remember my brothers having good kites and flying them really, really high, and just using the little stick, the little that the bay palm leaf have. That is what we would use with a piece of plastic, and he would tie it very well. and we would find strings. My dad used to find the strings because we couldn't take my mom's string because she would come after us. But my dad used to do that for us, and then we used to fly kites. We used to ride horses. It was
With saddle or without saddle?
with saddle.
Oh.
I myself, I
Some people
learned.
ride horse without saddle.
One thing with my dad, he used to treat his animals good, so he had saddles. I used to learn how to saddle a horse. Just this past agric show, we went to the rodeo, and I told my daughters I can saddle a horse.
And you did
I
it
still
in the
remember how
rodeo?
to saddle a horse. Yes, my dad used to have his horse, and when he comes from the farm, he would just bring down the crop he would bring. He would leave the horse there, and he would ask me to take care of the horse. I would unsaddle the horse, take the horse to drink water. I would pull the horse to the by the well, take out the water with a bucket, and give the horse. And then I would tie the horse somewhere for the horse to eat. And if he would be going to the farm again the next day, he would ask me just to bring his horse, and he would ask me find a saddle. I would saddle the horse and prepare it for him to go to the farm.
Wow,
So-
you all around that. And that, of course, gave you the foundation to become what you are today, you know, a leader and a manager, you know, of this cooperative. And, of course, I guess the founding member of the cooperative, right?
Yes, yes.
You know, and no, you had to grow your food. You said because you ate what the land produced. You know, there was no luxury of going to a shop and buy a can beef and that kind of thing like you do today, right? No such thing, right? No such thing, right? If it's not in the backyard, if it doesn't come out of the yard, then you don't have anything to eat, right?
It's not about bragging myself, but up to now I do not eat corned beef.
No, going to growing things in the yard.
We learned how to grow our things.
What
in
was
it.
your favorite crop? I mean, you know, and what was it like for you moving around the plants and making sure they're okay? And that kind of thing?
Normally, we do a lot of beans and corn. Corn is really good when you have the young corn. Harvesting your young corn is you can have roasted corn. We would go to the farm and bring down the corn, and from right there on the side, we would make some fire on your roast corn, and you squeeze some lime on it.
Make a feel for some right now. Well, then go ahead.
That was good. Watermelons as well, tomatoes. Those were really good time to harvest those things. Watermelon, because we knew we were making money out of it, and you eat as much watermelon you want. Tomatoes, you can roast tomatoes right there, and then you can have tomatoes as well. So those were good things that I remember harvesting.
And you would share with your neighbors, right? Because if your neighbors have tomatoes and you have cabbage, for argument's sake, then and they need cabbage and you need tomatoes, and you would trade. Do you do that?
Yes,
You all did
we
that sort
still
of
do
thing,
that.
right?
We still do that.
Okay.
Because right now, sometimes we have beans. We would trade beans or with corn. Sometimes they just give you because you're good friends, and build this good relationship of friends. And when you see they're reaching home with a sack of corn, young corn, make your tamalitos, and that's really good. So that's the advantages of living in this community.
And I suspect it's the same for similar communities all over the country. You know, that you produce the food that you eat, and the imported food is just a luxury that you might or might not go for.
Just yesterday we were at the farm, and we were harvesting sour saps, and a lot of our families were there, and everybody came home with like 2-3 sour saps each. Huge sour saps. So
Tell you the secret, I love sour sap.
really?
Yes, I think I want to see some of the sour sap that you harvested.
Sure. Yeah, so that's the advantages. You want egg, you have your chickens, you can produce your own egg, and it's really good. It's really good.
Is it true that the locally grown chicken is nicer than the the commercially raised one?
Yeah, personally, yes. And I have heard many saying that. I think it's all depends on how used you are to it, and you get to see the difference. Myself, I prefer eating a local chicken than buying one from the shop.
Okay. But the eggs as well are
The
different,
eggs
right?
as well. Yes, the eggs are
For
as
some
well.
reason, how-
You can easily identify that as you buy an egg from the shop, from the supermarket. The shells are really soft, and the local eggs, the shells are harder. They're
so
harder.
that's it.
The yolk, they are because they eat corn. The yolk is a little brighter than the one that we buy in the shop as well.
See? So local chicken, local organically grown eggs and
Yes, you
chicken.
can call
Yeah,
it as
yeah.
an organically grown egg and chicken.
Okay, so now, okay, you became an adult. You met someone and fell in love, and started your own family. Tell me about that.
Yes, so when we started our family, as I say, I myself, I had the opportunity to live in Belize City.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How was that?
Because my husband works there.
Okay.
And then we had to talk because, as I said, we live here, and if he was working there, he wanted us to decide if we would live in Belize City, so he won't be traveling.
Back and forth,
And
And the road was terrible in those days.
in those
Horrible.
days, the road was very horrible. Even coming out from San Antonio,
It's beautiful today. Let's tell folks it's a paved road. One of the best highways in the country that leads to San Antonio. But those days it was horrible.
It was very terrible road that we had, but not of because of the road. But I just grew up. I'm used to this kind of life. I decided not to live in Belize. I stayed here. I stayed here. So he works in Belize City, and he commutes every weekend.
Okay. And then you started raising your family.
I started. I had my farm, and I started raising my family, and there is where I started changing that mindset that I had. Then I said, okay, I want to do something for myself, for my kids. We want to change this kind of life that we have. I don't want them to repeat the same story, which was not bad, but yes, but I wanted betterment for them. So that is what I had in my mind, and I stick to it, and up to now, this is what we're trying to do. Fortunately, my girls have graduated from university. I have my two older daughters that have graduated.
And they're here in San Antonio?
Yes, they are. They're working around. One of the girls, she's in charge of helping us with the accounting of the the business that we have here. Then the other one, she's working as well. The younger one, they are just finishing high school right now.
You've done well with them.
Yes, and all because of working hard. As I say, we come from a very humble family. We wanted to do betterment for ourselves, and this is what we're looking forward to do with not only with our families, but also with other families, with our other young people in the community. We have had younger girls that with the little profit that we make here, we invest in them, and we have had the opportunity to send two young girls to high school. We have had girls that were working here that were recipient of scholars to study tour guiding courses, and we have done a little. We do back to school programs, and because of I learned about the struggles that we had, and then from there, I think if the little that we can make, we give back to our community as well.
When we come back from this break, Timothea Mesh tells us how the cooperative came into being and the difference they're making in their community. We also meet a couple of the ladies who are a part of the group. We take a break to hear from our partners, The Barry, Silkgrass Farms, Del Martin, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
At Silkgrass Farms, we believe in more than just growing food. We're cultivating a future. Across 9,000 acres in the foothills of the Maya Mountains, our family of farms grows a vibrant array of crops: coconuts, citrus, cacao, watermelons, avocados. But our mission goes beyond harvests. Through sustainable agriculture, we are not just growing crops, we're strengthening ecosystems and reversing the impacts of climate change. Silkgrass Farms is a part of a global movement, transforming modern food systems into living stories of nutrition, nature, and people. From our fields to your table, every product tells a story of health and hope for the future.
Orange Walk, the future is brighter. Since Kevin Bernard became your representative, progress has never stopped, with Plan Belize 2.0 leading the way. In Palmar, 2 main roads have been paved. The main road that passes through Tower Hill Village has been paved, connecting our community. In Tan Pine Ridge, the entire road has been paved, a major step forward. And every month, new roads are being paved in Orange Walk East. Kevin Bernard is committed to building a stronger Orange Walk East, one road at a time. Together, we're moving forward. Kevin is the people's champion.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one.
So you have mentioned a bit about what the cooperative does. Let's go back to this beginning of the cooperative. How did it actually start? Because I can understand, based on the foundation that you told me, that you will have all that it takes to form the sort of cooperative that you ladies have here in San Antonio. But what was the spark that lit that fire that led to the formation of the cooperative?
Okay, so when we started, as I say, just gathering with friends and other ladies, just as to help ourselves learn new things.
That's all.
And that's yes. And then from there, we started seeking for more help from the women's department, because we wanted to make other things. And then, ladies, everybody, we were struggling. Everybody just donates $1.50 all according to what we would be doing for that session, for the sessions during the day. And at some point we saw that we needed help, like for materials. Having sewing machines back in 20 years ago was not very easy. So we loaned sewing machines from women department. We asked them to come over and help us and do these kind of trainings, help women to learn, to teach them how to sew, cut patterns and making new stitches. And because we normally and traditionally we do embroidery, and we wanted ladies to learn about combining colors as well. So all these things then we had to seek from women's department, and from there they advised us that to be more formalized, we should find a way to register ourselves. So that is one of the reasons why we registered as cooperative.
So it became the San Antonio Women's Cooperative. What year did that happen, that registration?
We had to go through trainings. We had to make our own policies and all these processes that it needs to take to be registered as a cooperative. So we went all through that. And we started with the group in 2001, but then in 2013 we got registered. It took a long time because it was something that we just had. We used to make it as every week, and sometimes we were broke. We couldn't do anymore. We had to stop, and then, but it happened. In 2013, we registered as a cooperative, and
13.
yes, and during that course of time that we were working, gathering, we were still setting up and bringing new ideas of how to make a little income for women in the cooperative. Then we learned that culture was very important. That is how it all started. After learning and understanding that culture was important and we didn't need to be shy of who we were, then there is where we started making these presentations that we will be having today. So we said, okay, let's start with pottery. We started making pottery, learning about it, and as pottery is something that keeps us connected with our culture and our history, then we said that would be a good one. We started, of course, when we started, we didn't have that idea yet, but we said, okay, let's just do pottery, and we started making it. When we started making pottery, then we learned that the market of pottery, ceramics was very competitive.
Yeah.
And then we have Nicaragua producing beautiful pottery. We have Guatemala, we have El Salvador, Mexico producing high quality of pottery. So that at certain point we saw that it was really hard for us to compete with them. So we had to find a different way of making pottery. And there is where we came of making traditional Mayan pottery. So when we go to the workshop, you learn about this traditional Mayan pottery.
I'm looking forward to that because I enjoy seeing original things like that, and I congratulate you for finding your way, because I always say that adversity and difficulties are what shape us and make us become even better. It's, you can become, you don't give in to the adverse situation. You just find a way to become better.
Yes.
And that's what. So I have to say that because that's the story you're telling me.
Yes. So that is what we're doing now. So we're from getting our own clay. If you would know that in Belize, we cannot buy clay.
Yeah.
We have to make our own clay. So from getting our clay, from processing it, making our colors, making traditional designs. So that is what we're promoting now, traditional pottery. And by making pottery, people started finding us and they wanted to learn about these processes. And we were learning, but we shared what we knew. And from there, people coming around, they would just be around here. And whenever, as usual, when you receive a visitor in your home, you see that it's meal time and they're still around, you feed them. And that's how it went forming what we have now.
So you have a kitchen.
Now we have a kitchen that we have set. The kitchen, we based it on traditional food as well.
Yes.
And we have the traditional pottery, and we've made a package. Now people that can come over, they can have a chance to learn about pottery, learn about the kitchen, and have the meal. So that is what we're making. We started as every business, we started very small, very with just among ourselves doing it. But right now we have about 8 staff. We have 3 young girls that are our hostesses, and myself as well. And we have cooks in the kitchen that help us in preparing the meals. And we have people in the workshop as well that help us in producing pottery. So that is what we're doing now.
And your clientele, tell me about your clientele.
Our customers would be mostly tourists and students, but of course we cater also for Belizean, our Belizean people. In May, as you would know, we were trying to set up this, and then in May we had the education month. We had a lot of schools from Corozal, all the way from Corozal, from up to Benke, coming over, and we opened our doors and they came in here, and they had the same experience just as how other tourists would have.
No, imagine I'm a tourist now. Will you show me how you do your pottery a little later on? And I like to eat good food, so I would like to sample some of your food as well, and even to see how you prepare your food. And so we'll be
are working very hard in the kitchen for that. So before you go, you will have to eat our meal.
I'm looking forward to that, to see exactly what this is all about, the San Antonio Women's Cooperative. Certainly a wonderful story of its origin.
And as we go, you will be learning more about the projects, as I say. You'll be learning about the processes of pottery making. You will be learning about the processes of the food preparation as well. And you'll get to see how they prepare it as well.
Looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that. A typical day here at the Cooperative would be what? How would a typical day look here at the Cooperative?
Okay. A typical day here for ladies. Some of the ladies would be in the kitchen preparing meal. Others would be hosting visitors, and others would be in the pottery workshop.
Okay.
That's a typical day. I myself, I would have to sometimes talk to people, visitors that would be around. I get to supervise the kitchen, and then I go to pottery as well, and bring plans of things that people might ask us. Sometimes people would request for a Maya language class. Then I would have to sit and find words that people can easily learn and teach them about it. Or maybe they would have different activities, yes, that they would want, and then I would have to sit down and make a little plan and then pass it over, and then to see if everybody agrees. And then if it doesn't work the way I have it, they would chip in and give ideas, and that's how we would make plannings. But that's a typical day here. This has turned to be, as I said, on the tourism season, it would be like a everyday work. On the low season, we get to prepare. We get to prepare for the high season. So the low season is coming. We would start working on pottery, learning new techniques of work, and fixing what we saw that didn't work during the high season. That's how we would be working.
So let's meet the ladies then. Okay, all right. Josefa will be the first one.
Yes.
Okay, let's go meet Josefa. Ms. Martin, we're now in the company of 3 members of your cooperative, and I'm happy to have been able to meet these ladies and yourself. and let's get to know them better. So I'll allow you to do the first introduction.
Okay, over here we have Josefa. Josefa, who is the vice president of the cooperative as well. She has been one of the co-founders as well. She was there from when we started forming the women's group. So she has been here from the beginning. Melissa, she's one of our hostesses, and Salome is one of our hostesses that is still on training, and she's very new in this with us here. But Josefa, she has been here from the beginning.
Well, Josefa, you have been here from the beginning. And, in our informal conversation just before we went to camera, you were talking to me in Maya. So I will ask you right now to introduce yourself in Maya. Right?
Teneng abae Josefa Canto. Teneng ka haneng waye. Lela Intana.
Okay, you need to help me with some translation. I know you said my name is Josefa Campo, right? And I live here, Canto, right? And I live here in
San Antonio.
Yeah, that bit I picked up a little bit, right? Now, what is life like in here in San Antonio for you?
Oh, we have a pretty life here in San Antonio because we
Come together?
come together every day, meet ourselves, make a nice living with our friends, neighbors, families, and everybody.
What was it like when Mati came to you and said, let's form this cooperative? Was it an idea you embraced right away, and or you said, let me think about it? What went through your mind?
No, I was very proud of that because that was one of my ideas when I had my children small. But I couldn't make it by myself because it was so hard. But when somebody grows and come and talk to you about it, you get more strength to make what you are willing to do. Yes.
You were born in San Antonio, right?
Normally, I was not born here, but I grew up here.
You grew up in San Antonio?
Yes. My mother was a Yucatecan person. My father was a Mexican. Okay. So they both married and they came to live here, but they brought me when I was 2 years old. So I can say all my life in San Antonio, yes. So I went to school here in San Antonio. I grew up all my life. I married in San Antonio. Okay, so I continue living here.
And you continue in San Antonio.
Yes.
What was it like growing up for you in San Antonio?
It was a nice life.
Like you went through like Miss Mati planting, eating off the soil, and it's the same thing that story achieved.
The same thing, the same thing, same routine. Everybody does the same routine because there was no option. So everybody have to go to farm, everybody have to plant, everybody have to feed their children, everybody have to grow up their chicken, pigs, whatever you have to make. That's was everybody's routine. Go and back water and make food. Every meal you used to make your own food with what you have around. That's what you pick to make your food.
And what did you enjoy doing the most when you were growing up?
I like to go to farm. I love to go to farm, yes.
Okay. Any special crop that you would prefer over other?
Yes, watermelons.
Why watermelons?
Because when you go to the farm, you eat a lot of watermelon. Even though if you don't take lunch, you have food there.
Yes.
And if you have young corns, you roast your young corn, boil your young corn, and you have food. You don't have to worry about food. Food is there.
All the time, right?
All the time.
You're eating directly off the
We have
land.
young beans at the farm. We take our little bunch of beans, peel it there, boil it, and you make your food. You have cassava, dig your cassava, boil it, and that's it.
Okay.
That's how we make food at the farm.
And that is healthy food, right?
Yes.
Like Miss Mate was telling me that that's the best food to eat.
Yes. Yes.
Organic and directly from the soil. Right.
Yes, that's how we grew up.
And your family, tell me about your family.
Well, in my family, we were 9 kids. My father, my mom, we used to go to the farm too. But normally my father was a hard-working man. At those times, you know about the chicleros.
Yes.
Okay, my father was one of those.
He was a chiclero.
He was a chiclero. So we normally stay home, sometimes for 3 months. We have to go to the farm, pick the beans, shell the corn, bring it home, bring all food at home. That was our routine until my father comes home by 3 months. Then he will take over. He used to make firewood, make everything.
So as a chiclero, he would be in the woods
In the woods, yes.
for up to 3 months before he comes home.
He only sends sometimes a load. At that time, there was a guy named Pachuco in Bengue. He was the contratista, el contratista, see?
Contractor.
So we were happy at those times because we will have money.
Okay.
We will have money to spend or to buy something that we need.
But tell me, what you used to buy with the money? Because you have everything to eat.
What we
So what would you buy?
was only sugar and soup.
That's it?
That's it. Because rice, we have rice at home, we have beans, we have corn, we have almost everything.
Everything.
Yes.
So you only have to buy the sugar
And sugar and the soup.
and the soap. My goodness.
Oil, we make our own oil.
You make your own oil from Kuhun or
Kuhun.
from? Okay.
Kuhun, yes, at those times it was Kuhun. Or somebody slaughter a pig, you go and trade.
In those days, when one person started a pig, everybody would eat from that, right? They would share it and what have you.
When it's your own, you will make longaniza, salado, morcilla, cabeza, and everything.
Okay.
You have a lot of food to enjoy.
Because is it true that when you slaughter a pig, you don't throw away anything?
Anything.
Everything is used in some form or fashion?
Yes, up to now we do that. Yes, up to now we do that. We used to do chicharrones, longanizas, la cabeza,
Cabeza del marrano.
cabeza del marrano. We turn it into bollos, tamales. All kind of food we can do it. One.
And the oil there for the kuhun, you know. But the kuhun really is a hard nut. You have to work hard because you have to break that nut.
We used to make it. We used to make it. Sometimes every 8 days we have to go to the coroceros and work corozo.
Corozo, yeah.
You broke two buckets and then you come home. You don't finish it by 1 day, but 2-3 days you are working with it.
And then you got to boil it and
Boil it and
and then you have to get firewood for the fire and what have you. So, but life was fun for you, right?
it was fun, yes. Because we go with our friends, make a bunch of young girls and let's go make firewood. Maybe by 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, we go. Because at those times there are so many woods anywhere you turn yourself, you can get firewood. But not today.
Yeah.
Today every land is private. So we can't go into a private land.
I would like before, but then you have modern things that like butane and different and so on that have taken over. Now, the 2 young hostesses. Do you share your stories with the young hostesses, like the 2 young ladies here?
Yes. They don't believe it because they don't see it.
They don't believe it? What part of the story you don't believe, Melissa?
Well, I got to know a lot of storytelling about my elder peoples and adult persons, families, mother. But we grew like in our life much easier because I'm much younger, and the best part of it, I was the youngest.
So you're the one that's spoiled, right?
Yes. I'm the spoiled one, so that's my good part of it. And my older siblings, they had to make work for me. food for me.
Yes.
And I just had to help them in like getting some woods, getting some water. And I was the spoiled one, getting with a little bucket of water, going around just for playing. But in a way, I think I did help.
So you grew up in an era with this electronic digital phone in your hand. No, you didn't have that?
No.
Okay, because you're quite young. Well,
Um, I born in 1996.
yeah.
29.
Okay.
So electricity in the 19.
When did
1990s.
Yes, maybe around 98.
1998 is when the village got electricity?
If I'm not mistaken, like in between 96 or 98, somewhere around that time that we got electricity.
Okay.
And then we didn't have internet until about for for COVID years, right? That-
During COVID
yes,
days.
it-
Okay.
all the companies then started bringing internet here, and we have the two major companies, which is Giselle and Smart, that are in the community now.
I see the tower.
Yes, until that time we had internet, and then the devices started taking over. That's not much time.
So what was it like growing up for you then? I thought that because you're a young person, that you would have been on a device.
For me, growing in the village is that we didn't have no device yet in the community, but we had to go like around from trees to trees playing. That's what part of my activity during the day because I was the youngest. And sometimes as my mom, dad, they have a lot of oranges, we had to get to pull down the oranges and put it like in a bag and go house to house selling the oranges. And sometimes they have pumpkins. I don't know if they will be using the pumpkins, but for us, for fun, we did back this pumpkin, big pumpkins, and go around selling those pumpkins. Big pumpkins,
the back?
yes, big pumpkins, and
In a sack.
in a sack,
Yeah.
of course. It is fun. At the end of the day, we just sometimes we come, mom, what do you have sell? We just handle her the money and say, okay, I made some tamales for me to make a little extra. We have to go back again, house to house, selling tamales. And pork rinds, like chicharrones, something that is one of our signature making in the community. If we make chicharrones, pork rinds, everyone likes chicharrones. So that was part of my job, go around selling chicharrones or even plantains,
But you
avocados.
didn't. You used to make the chicharron yourself, or your mom would make
My
them.
mom, my elder siblings, they
Did you learn? Did you learn?
not really. I didn't learn, but I could tell like the process. I haven't tried myself. Let's see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't tried myself, but one of these days I will try.
Well, so Salome, right? Salome, nice meeting you. You are a hostess, you says here, right?
Yes.
Both of you. What does a hostess do?
Mostly when the tourists come in, we do the presentations. We let them know as to what we will be doing or what activities we have planned for them, and then afterwards we serve them their food.
And you were born here in San Antonio and grew up in San Antonio?
I grew up here. I was born in Belize City, but I grew up here in San Antonio.
How did you end up in San Antonio if you were born in Belize City? How did that work?
My mom just gave birth to me at the hospital in Belize City.
Well, she's originally
From here.
From here, and
Yeah.
so is your father.
That is right.
Now, you're pretty young, right? Are you the youngest person in the cooperative?
Yes.
How does it feel to be the youngest person in the cooperative? How much do you know about the history? You heard these ladies talking about their stories, right? How they had it growing up. I suspect that you are from the internet age and what have you. While your colleague, there, your fellow colleague, is saying that she did not grow up with this. You grew up with this internet age.
Yes, when I grew up, everything was much easier. We didn't have to go over to fetch water or anything of that. We already had water and pipes and all of those. And growing up, I used to stay here sometimes when I was little with Miss Josefa, so I knew about the program already. I already had that much idea as to what they used to make, and my brother-in-law is the one who works with the pottery.
So, you had fun growing up?
Yes.
Tell me some of the stories that you, or some, how you spent your time.
So growing up, we used to go by the savannah with my cousins to play football, or sometimes we used to go over to grab some crabboos when it was crabboo season. We used to pick up crabboos to sell. We also used to sell some banana pudding since there's a lot of banana. My mom used to bake them on the fire heart, and we used to sell them.
So it's similarly to
So Melissa, yes.
Melissa, right? So it's similar stories, right? When it comes to mom making something nice.
Same childhood for everyone here in the community. It's almost the same thing. Everyone grew up selling something such as crops maybe from the farms, or their mom making something for them to sell.
Now, what's a typical day like here for a hostess? I'm a tourist, I walk in. How would you go about greeting me?
Well, when they first arrive, I would give them the welcome to the San Antonio Women's Cooperative, and then afterwards, once they're here in the dining, we will go ahead and give them the introduction as I mentioned and welcome them to the village, also informing them as to how much villagers approximately we have living here, which is around 3,500 villagers currently here in San Antonio.
What would you tell me about the village itself, the village of San Antonio?
Well, the village of San Antonio, it's actually a friendly environment. If you go from house to house, somebody would always have something to offer to you. Or maybe here in San Antonio, normally our ancestors or parents teach us how to make medicine out of herbs. Instead of going to the hospital, maybe you just have a little flu or fever, they would treat you right away without going to the hospital.
Did you learn any of these remedies?
Currently learning, yes.
Currently learning.
Yes.
Okay. And she knows about them as well.
I bet she has. I bet she knows.
Okay,
She
so-
should.
So if something bites me right now, can you cure it?
For the itchiness, yes. We have some herbs that will help for the itchiness, and maybe it all depends what bites you. We'll have some remedies for that, for especially herbs. Yeah.
So if it's a Dr. Fly, for example, because Dr. Flies are always around and they bite hard. So what remedy would you give me for a Dr. Fly bite for it? Let's use it as an example.
We have a leaf called Siempre Viva. Siempre Viva. Yeah, everlasting. It's everlasting. And that's what you will be mashing, like with a little rock or with a little bottle. And that's what you put, and that helps in sucking out like the skin and the swelling of the Dr. Fly. And that would work for a lot as well, for bees, Dr. Fly, or maybe for mosquitoes, and maybe for if you have like, when you have toothache, and you're like, sometimes your cheek gets like swollen, you use that for like, for the swelling part. That's what you will be putting for the swelling part. It helps a lot, and it does affect you in a way, like lowering that swelling.
Okay. Siempre Viva.
Yes, that's
Everlasting. Everlasting.
We will continue our conversation with the members of the San Antonio Women's Cooperative after this break. We take a break to hear from our partners, the Barry, Silkgrass Farms, Del Martin, and Minister Kevin Bernard.
You and me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean?
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Introducing Silkgrass Farms cold pressed juices. 100% natural with zero additives, no added sugar, made only from the freshest fruits. Silkgrass Farms, pure, fresh, sustainable.
Well, my name is Wilson Perez, better known as Chato. I'm the organizer and the president of the New Horizons Sporting Club. In 2022, we had the award and the sponsorship, full sponsorship from the Minister of Health. And now it is the 4th year that he is year after year sponsoring the tournament, and then it is something that has facilitated and eased the job for me, so that I could have a easier and tournament and organizing when it comes to the Mundialito, which is a tournament that exists for the 22 years in Orange Walk, being the oldest district with the tournament. From that is a tournament that we do to keep kids off the streets, to help them, to keep them in positive activities. We have to give credit where it's due, and we have to applaud and thank these people who do the initiative, have the initiative, and help the people and the youths to grow in whatever skills they have.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel they come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one.
What is your interaction with? Sorry, I forget names easily. Miss Josefa. No, Miss Josefa has a lot of experience, right? And I'm sure you all share experiences with her. What are some of the experiences you share with her the most?
Experience, we normally she does the grinding in the kitchen for us, hostess. And she explains some of her story, and we get to apply it in our presentations, and for the remedies as well. She sometimes, I don't know, like something for this illness or for something that's happened, especially the guests when they come to something. Sometimes they might get a stin, or they might get like a upset stomach, headache. Yes, and we just make them like a tea, a herbal tea for them, and they will be relieved with the whatever pain they have, and they will be happy with that herbal tea or the herbs that we could get around. And sometimes she does help me in giving her recipes. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a grandson who always is complaining of backache. Backache. So what would you recommend for backache?
Backache, we have the pheasant tail. That's one leaf that is called pheasant tail. That's what you will be warming on the griddle, and that's what you will be putting in the back. And we have the other one, hoja de Santa Maria. The leaf, we call this hoja de Santa Maria, and you warm this leaf, and you put it like in the griddle, like comal, just some seconds, and that's what you will be putting. Like it works like a patch. Now you purchase the patches and like in the like a drugstore, in the pharmacy, for your back pain. So this works as a patch. You will put it like where it hurts, and that will like be soaking all that pain that you have. Yeah.
I have to get me some of those. No, and for this tension that usually you have in your neck, what you use for that? See, I'm learning a lot now. I start asking questions, medicinal questions.
Now for back pain and also for tension, we normally do some massaging. There's like we have midwives, and they massage like pregnant women, but also they massage like people who like to have some problems with their tendons, or they do some massaging. And also we have some people like warm bags, or like, I will not say hot rocks because it's not practiced in the culture, but it's like a little bottle. You put a little like resin in there, and you put, and that's what you will help to suck the pain or like the tension of your body, release the tension of your.
Would you know after this show, folks will be coming to check you ladies out as for a cure to certain to certain ailments?
There's a lot of people coming from like the town area. We have people from the city area like Belmopan. They come to the village and seek those remedies, especially if some people they are seeking like for their wife. You know, they want to have their kids and their wife is fertility. Yes, and they will be coming to the village looking for those remedies or medicines for their wife to drink, to bathe, to do, and for them to have babies.
As I look around me, I can see a lot of plants here around me. Are those remedies readily available from your garden that I'm seeing?
Yes, those remedies is like some of them you could find like in the farm area or in like in the forest, and some of them like the herbs we normally have in like in our backyard. Herbs like for cooking, for remedies, upset stomachs, deworming for the kids, etc. Yeah.
And how much of this, Salome? How much of this you know, Salome? You said you're learning. You said you're learning. How far advanced are you?
Warming the kids, they have a plant that is called apazote that they use for that. And then also they have a plant that is called zacate limon. We use that mostly for fevers also.
Salome, what are your overall goals as you move forward in life?
Well, my goals here are to learn more about the community, as they mentioned, because San Antonio Women's Cooperative is mostly about the things our ancestors used to do. So learning that helps a lot. And teaching your future kids also and letting them know as to how they can cure such basic things as fevers.
And how do you feel, Mom, that you see the young people coming up? Because it's always good to see young people coming up and following a tradition that one has started. You know, how do you feel about all of this?
I feel proud of these young girls trying to learn what we have learned from our own great-grandparents. This is one of our goals, teach our younger ones or to encourage our children.
And that's the legacy we leave behind as older people, you know, to take a young person and teach that young person what we know, you know, and leave that legacy because...
As our slogan would say it, our goal here is to empower women and inspire our children.
And certainly, I'm inspired just being here, sitting here with you ladies. You know, I mean, I find this amazing. The amount of work that you are doing here, and the amount of things that we can learn by just being here. You know,
it has been a lot of commitment, a lot of hard work that we have put into this, and we feel proud to where we have reached. Seeing the younger generation learning about it, not only our younger generation, but I have learned that and seen in my community that people are not shy about their culture anymore. They're speaking. They want to speak the language a lot more because, like 5 years ago. People were just shy to speak the language. Our kids, when they went to high school, they didn't want to speak the language because of intimidations and all these things. But in the community itself, it has been embraced now. And a lot of people are doing and are promoting culture now. Younger people, the tour guides, and more people are trying to do something similar, but it's all based on promoting culture, so we feel proud about it.
You do cultural dances here as well?
Yes, there are a few that do cultural dances, not as a business thing, but yes, they do know about cultural dances.
Common experience, live culture here.
Yes.
In San Antonio.
Yes, just this past weekend we had a beautiful day in San Antonio, and a lot of people were here because of all what is happening in San Antonio. Yes, and it's just about building this conscious of keeping the culture, you know, promoting all of our traditions and cultures, so people could continue learning about it. Our younger people can continue and embrace a little more of who we are.
The youngest one here, Salome, definitely is picking up on everything, right?
Yes.
Right? That's Salome?
That is right.
You know, a part of culture, a major part in every culture, are the stories that are told from generation to generation, where that live on, like the Tata Duhende, etc. You know, Tabai and so many other stories, right? And I'm sure here in San Antonio you have your share of stories as well that you would tell folks that would visit. So I think we could ask the vice chair lady to share her favorite story with us.
Okay, I will tell you one about the Alush, Tata Duende.
Tata Duende, yeah.
Yes. When we were a kid at home with my parents, we normally, my sister, one of my third sisters, she was about 6 to 7 years old. And always she says that a little boy always come and see her.
Bull?
A boy,
Boy.
a little boy.
Okay, boy.
But we couldn't see that boy. And always she would say that that boy is calling her. Because at my house there were so big rocks at the back by my father's house. And always she says, come and see him. She is calling me. And we go, me and my, and we don't see nothing. Yes, she says, she's standing there. She's calling me. He is calling me. And she always come and hug us because she don't want to go far from us. But that passed maybe like 2 months. And she was getting sick. And we were asking ourselves, my mother, sometimes she lash her because there is nothing. Nobody can see that little boy. But she always sees that little boy. Okay. Suddenly she has her doll, her playing things, and this little boy come and hide all her playthings.
This boy.
This little, Okay. But my mother didn't believe it. So she said that we are the ones who hide it, playthings from my little sister. Okay. Suddenly, one morning, she was crying because her slippers was not there. So at the night, this little boy came and took her slippers. So my father was chopping by the yard when he saw the slippers was on top of a tree. It was a coon tree. So he started now thinking that this was real. He went and bring back the slippers again. The next day, the same thing happened. By that time, my little sister was getting sick and sick and sick. She doesn't want to eat. She doesn't want to go and play. She doesn't want to do nothing. She was staying pale and she doesn't want nothing. She just want to be with you. She's afraid.
She's afraid, so she's hanging on to someone, yeah.
So, my father, at that time, I don't know if you hear about Don Panti, Don Eligio Panti.
Of course, I knew Don Eligio Panti very well.
So, this Don Eligio Panti was padrino to my father and my mother. And my father said, okay, I'll go to talk to my padrino. Oh, and this padrino came home and he touched this little girl's hand and he said, oh, this is real. She's sick. I don't know what he started to do, but I remember that in the front of the door, he put one big tub of water and a big mirror. So whenever this little boy want to come and see this girl at night in her bed, he won't cross this water because he sees his own in the mirror. And every night my father does that. And that went away. I didn't know if that was the medicine for that alush, but we had that. We lived that.
So a little boy was Tata Duende?
The Tata Duende. Don Elijo said it was the Tata Duende.
Okay.
Why? Because too much big rocks at the back of our house.
Okay.
So he lived there.
Tata Duende is the one that has his feet turned.
I don't know how is it, but
Right.
I never see it. And we were there. We sleep at the same bed.
Yeah.
And we can't hear that boy. We can't even. We can't.
So only she saw it.
Only she saw it.
And that's a true story, as
That's
far
a
as you
true
know?
story. That's a true
that was a book or anything like that?
No, that's not a book, nor nobody told us. We live it with her.
Wow.
About 6 months, this person get sick.
But she got better eventually,
She
right?
get better.
Tata Duende. Okay.
Up to now, she is living, and she can tell about that.
Wow, amazing. Thanks for sharing that. No, I wonder what was going through Salome's mind when she was listening to that story.
And I'm surprised that it actually happened here. I wasn't expecting it to happen. But our grandparents do tell stories about Tata Duende or Lesh Tabay. And well, most people do believe it, others don't. But we do since, well, sometimes at night you would listen to something whistling in the forest, in the savannah. Yes, you can actually hear the Yorona cry at night sometimes also. They say that when it sounds like it's close, then the Yorona is far. But when you hear it from far away, then it's close.
Because I know there are many tales about Chabai and La Llorona and Tata Duende and so many things, yeah.
Yes, they made a movie here about La Llorona. And it was an old man that just recently passed away that acted the movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what are your experiences with stories?
Well, my experience, I just heard stories. I haven't had an experience on like seeing them or hearing them. Maybe in the future. But I was having told you, did you hear La Llorona last night? I said no. I was like dead. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear La Llorona, nothing.
And you didn't want to hear it?
I didn't want to hear. I just hear like stories. My mom, she liked telling stories. I have an aunt, she liked telling stories. And that's how I would be hearing stories. But I don't have like a real story to share.
Miss Matty says she has one though. So let's tell you what Miss Matty has.
Yes, remember when I told you that my dad used to ask me to take care of his horse? The horse could, during the day, it could be like a little farther. He would allow that. And then in the evenings, he would ask us to bring the horse closer because they like playing with the horse. Sometimes they would braid the horse tail. Yes, they would braid it, and sometimes they tangle it. And my dad didn't like that. And at night, you would hear around 7, 8 at night, you would hear the horses running around, just running like crazy. If they would be tied, they would just run like all around, doing circles. And then when you hear that, then you know that something there that is bothering the horse. And my dad, maybe he knew about it, but he didn't told us. But in the morning, you would find out that the horse's hair is braided. And what he used to do is that he just cut all the hair from the horse, so that that little animal or something that would be bothering them would not come over to the horse again. That, yes, it's true. It's something that we have to practice to keep away those I would call them spirits away from the animals. They love to bother the horses.
So you all grew up with all of this rich culture here. Things happening.
Jungle, jungle milpas that were around, and I think that was their habitat. No, that that's where they lived, and we were in between in there. Yes, and actually part of the story of San Antonio is that San Antonio wasn't the first villagers were not intending to live around here. They went to live and camped at Privacion River. One of the reasons the Privacion River adopted that name because people that went to live there, these spirits started bothering humans there, the people there, and the men used to faint, and they were being battered as well. And one of the reasons they moved down to this place because people couldn't live nearby that place. Yes, they would be battered, especially men. Like maybe they were sending messages, okay, this is our place and we do not want you there, or something like that. I don't know. But that's the story that how people started living here.
Well, ladies, I could sit here all day and listen to stories, especially the stories about the Tata Duhende and the story you told me about the horse mane, horse tail being plaited and what have you, and all these mysteries that surround us, right? I really enjoyed the experience so much, right? Is there anything you want to share with me before we move on to see the work that the cooperative is doing, that you're doing today in your San Antonio Women's Cooperative? Anything you want to share? Yes.
We have a book that, it's a book that is been published for people to know more about the community. It's called 100 Years Ago. That is based on the true story of the village and the first person who originally came from Yucatan area and first inhabited this area. As Timothy mentioned, they went over to Pine Ridge, then they came lower and traveling down because of those all those story will be it's in the book, and there's pictures for you to see how the village was way back before, because it history has been recorded as 156 years ago is when this village was established here.
Well, I won't leave here without a copy of that book. Right, I need to have a copy of the book. You have here on
The library, the San Antonio Library. We have a small library that you could get from them.
It's available for
Yes,
sale?
yes.
Okay, I will definitely buy mine before I leave San Antonio today, right? Because I want to learn more about San Antonio, and we'll be exploring more the history of this beautiful village, because it's a beautiful village. It's unique. Yeah, it's unique, and I like the mountains. You know, you look at the mountains; they're peaceful and everything. You know, I was here some time ago when we went to see the coffee making. At Ushmul Coffee, right? Nice coffee, grown right here in the mountains of the Mountain Pine Ridge area. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You want to tell me anything before I go? Before we end this episode, because I know we have to see what the cooperative does. You know, I won't leave here till I see everything that the pottery, I taste some of the food and what have you. So anything you want to tell me right now?
Well, I just want to say that I hope you have fun and you learn everything about our culture.
I want to. All right? And you want?
Okay, Mr. Rene, I give you a big thank you for coming to us, and you will know about our story now.
Yes. I'm not leaving yet, you know, because I will be touring. I want to see that pottery making, and maybe you could teach me to make something or the other, you know.
Sure. We will show you how to make food in the kitchen.
As well? Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to that. I'm learning how to do the food and what have you. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, hey, I guess that will come in our next episode of our show. So, stay tuned, Miss Mate.
Okay, thank you, Renee. We will be moving forward to pottery making. And after that, we will be doing the kitchenware because I know you will be starving by then.
Thank you so much. I know the crew is definitely hungry for sure, you know. But thank you for the love you have shown here. And like we said, love is always a choice that we make, and we all choose to love. And so we always say like this, right? Belize and beyond. Thanks for choosing love.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All of we da